Been a very good horse and a very good friend of ours, anyway.
Yeah, a friend. Friend more than a horse, part of the family?
Oh, well, he is a part of the outfit.
Did you always realise the horse had potential from the first time you put him on a track?
No, not really, Ray. The first time that we knew that he was good was the week before he fell over here, and then he started here on the back straight here and went right around the field within 100 yards.
The horse they nicknamed the Temora Tornado was successful in winning 8 of his 13 starts as a 2-year-old. In April 1973, Paleface Adios became the first Australian 3-year-old to break the 2-minute barrier for the mile when he stepped out in the R.C. Simpson sprint at Harold Park. His time, 1:59.
Colin Pike keeping the chestnut champion clear of the opposition. Siron is in second place. On the outside of him, another country. Then Bowl Jason. Back on the outside, Tarcoola Frost, Michael Bruce and Ian Henry is last. Well, let's watch them as they come up to the next light. He's wagging his tail about a bit, but he's still 14 yards ahead of that light, and he's got this record in his keeping if he can keep going at this speed. Paleface Adios waving his tail about as Colin Pike asks him for a little more, and as they straighten for the run home, it's Paleface Adios well out in front of another country and Siron into the straight. The crowd clapping, then cheering the champion, and Paleface Adios is down to the line. The light's still blue, and although he's tiring, he beats the light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Paleface went on to make a clean sweep of the Eastern States Derbies, winning the Victorian, New South Wales and Queensland Classics. His 3-year-old tally, 18 wins and a second from 22 starts. 2 months after his tragic fall in the 1974 Inter-Dominion, Paleface, now a 4-year-old, was sent out a 4-to-1 chance from a 10-metre handicap in the Lord Mayor's Cup.
Paleface Adios, local air, forces it out wide. They're followed by Kalani Betty, King Cross coming on. Major Prosper nowhere to go. Le Pale is at the rear of the field. Blacken is last. Mitchell Victory's out with a handy lead. Paleface Adios coming strongly now, and as they go on the top turn, it's Mitchell Victory. Newman has the reins high. Paleface Adios a length back. King Cross coming fast, 3 wide, 3 lengths from the leader. Mitchell Victory, Paleface Adios a length back, then King Cross under the whip. Mitchell Victory hard driven, Paleface Adios and King Cross. Mitchell Victory, Paleface Adios coming at Mitchell Victory. Mitchell Victory, Paleface Adios takes the lead close to the line. Paleface Adios first, Mitchell Victory second, King Cross a good third.
Paleface Adios was invited to contest the prestigious New South Wales Miracle Mile for an unprecedented 7 seasons. He was runner-up on 4 occasions. But it is the 1976 Miracle Mile that he will be known for after stepping out the 11-to-8 favourite against a star-studded field including Don't Retreat and Hondo Grattan.
They race onto the top turn. Hondo Grattan at Don't Retreat's wheel as they swing onto the circle, but now Pike allowed the big chestnut full rein and Paleface Adios is clear. The crowd roared as Don't Retreat, moving up fast on the outside, got to the wheel of Paleface Adios and momentarily looked a threat, but the Temora Tornado, Paleface Adios, responding to hard driving, is racing strongly down to the line. Don't Retreat, gallant in defeat, was a very good second. Hondo Grattan was third in front of Royal Gaze, Wilbur Post and
Paleface returned to Harold Park the following month to contest the 1976 Lord Mayor's Cup. He really never fired in the qualifying heats, but loyal fans stuck with their hero for the final. Their loyalty was quickly rewarded.
John Oliver, Paleface Adios moving up 3 wide and finishing stoutly now. Gales Holiday going through in the centre and Nevada Smoke going wide. Conmurra Chief is shot away, but Paleface Adios is going to win this. The great champion off 25 metres has moved up to challenge, and these two are together. Conmurra Chief hard driven. Paleface Adios moving up to challenge on the outside. Paleface Adios has raced to take the lead from Conmurra Chief, then Valiant Girl coming down the outside. The crowd giving the champion a great applause. And near the line, Paleface Adios beats the fast-finishing Valiant Girl. They're followed by Conmurra Chief, Smoky Adios.
Paleface Adios won the inaugural Grand Circuit Champion Award in the 1976-77 season, and in the same year was accorded the honour of being voted the Australian Harness Horse of the Year. In February 1980, thousands of fans had flocked to the Victorian country town of Cranbourne to see if their pacing idol could notch up his record 100th race win.
First of all is Jandra, racing towards the back inside the bell in the cup, and they're starting to sprint now, racing with 850 to go, and wins a fair by 2 metres to Freedom Day. Hannah's Boy third, Winterset under pressure on the outside of Mark Radium. Paleface Adios doing it leisurely. He's got Master Cane locked up inside of him from Tweedsmuir, and then further back, last of all, was Jandra. Down the back they sprint hard now, and the leader wins a fair by a metre, and here's the crowd roar. Down the back it's Paleface. Paleface Adios going for the magical century, joins them down the back with 480 to go. Paleface Adios has gone to the lead. He's out 3 or 4 metres in front now. Of in second placing, battling on, wins a fair, followed by Freedom Day. Then a long break in the field to Hannah's Boy, followed by Winterset. Master Cane last as they corner for home. But Paleface Adios out after the cricket score century. He's flashing the tail, he's waving to the crowd. That's what he's doing. He's 15 metres in front. Down the outside, Hannah's Boy battling on Jandra, Master Cane, but Paleface Adios, listen to the mob go mad. This is history in trotting, harness world trotting history it is. This is going to bolt him. Paleface Adios wins 15 metres. Mark Radium second, third wins a fair in a farcical race. Out wide on the track was Master Cane from Hannah's Boy, Winterset, Jandra, Freedom Day and Tweed.
Paleface Adios had not disappointed his adoring public. He had become the first horse, thoroughbred or standardbred, to win 100 races. Radio stations throughout the country relayed the news that Paleface had achieved racing immortality. Television crews, photographers and pressmen crammed the presentation area as spectators climbed fences to catch a glimpse of their idol in a scene reminiscent of a visiting pop star. But as the chestnut was led down Victory Lane, this moment of glory was marred by sadness for the Pikes. Only days earlier, a plane crash killed Colin's cousin and 12 others from the small farming community of Temora. Only Colin and Shirley's sense of duty had prevailed to see them from scratching their champion. Paleface went on to race another 28 times and notched up 8 more victories. The legendary Paleface retired from racing as an 11-year-old. His 10 seasons on the racetrack resulted in 108 wins, 43 seconds and 26 thirds from 240 starts. His bankroll, $535,640.
Well, everybody tells you you don't get another champion, but you won't. Probably might not get that, but you don't give up trying. Once you give up trying and that, I don't expect to get another Paleface, but I just don't give up trying.
Paleface contested the Inter-Dominion Championship 6 times, and although never winning a final, he was first in 8 qualifying heats, the most ever recorded, and qualified for the final on 4 occasions.